Hi everybody and welcome. My name is Dawn of Embracing Dawn and this is a 12-12 gateway reading for Taurus. So Taurus, the 12th day of the 12th month is a gateway day, and that is that's a special portal of energy, and then in the year of 2020 it's especially more powerful. Then we have a new moon in Sagittarius coming this week, which I think has a lunar eclipse as well. So we have the eclipse energy. Coming into September 21st, we've got our solstice, our winter solstice, our longest night and our shortest day. And also on solstice, we've got, as well, we've got Jupiter and Saturn will be the closest to each other that they've been for many hundreds of years. And they're going to appear like one bright star in the sky because they are so close to each other. So that's a really phenomenal event in the skies. Plus, we've got all these meteor showers going on right now. Like, the energy is just absolutely open and wild for bringing things to a closure. So in this last 2 weeks that we have of the year of 2020, let's see what it is that is going to come up for you. Some things that need release, some things that are going to be coming in the future. Let's take a look. Okay. So we've got surrendering your need to always be right. So Taurus, sometimes, I'm a Taurus sun sign, sometimes we can be stubborn, and you know, we may know that we're not necessarily 100% right, but occasionally the ego gets involved and we want to be wrong and strong. So, you know, I can relate to this, but surrendering your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding and not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. So, you know, allowing yourself to see things from a different point of view, you know, allowing yourself to realize that although maybe it's not the way that you would have done something, Taurus, in whatever the situation may be, whether it's work, friendship, families, you know, romantic relationships, sometimes it's okay to, you know, allow others to be right. It may not be exactly what you would have chosen, but that doesn't make it wrong, you know? So it's in that allowing to not always let the ego get involved and always be right about things. And then on the other side of it, we have number 5, emotional loss, and then number 19, light. So there has been or will be some kind of emotional loss. So you may have already experienced that, and it may be in connection to this always, you know, this notion of always having to be right, where you're feeling like you've had an emotional loss of some kind, and that could be around anything, you know, it could be around relationships, connections with family. It could be that you've literally lost someone this year. It could be that ties have been severed for whatever reason. You've elevated and moved on and you've had to leave some people behind, or they've chosen to move on and you feel as though you've been left behind. But ultimately, this is leading you to the light. This is leading you to a much better space, you know, once you move through that emotional loss. And 5s often represent change in the tarot. They're that sort of midpoint, tipping point. So Taurus, let's take a look at some tarot here and see what kind of energy, how we can get more specific with your message, okay? All right, so let's see if any more want to come out here, and then we'll work with the storyline that they present. We do have quite a few, so that's good. Whenever the cards want to come out, that's fantastic, because, you know, the universe has really got a clear message for you. Okay, so let's see, we'll do one more shuffle around and then we'll draw for the remaining cards. Okay, so let's draw for the remaining cards. I just want to put them in order that they came out for the way that they're presenting their energy. Okay, and we'll cut and we'll draw the rest. Okay. So taking a look here, Taurus, we have got some water energy, which would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, quite a bit actually. We've got some air energy here as well, which would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. We've got some major arcana, and then we've got some grounding crystal energy, which is your energy. So the only thing we're missing, there's no fire energy in here. So no Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius being represented in this reading or these cards. So they're not necessarily going to have an impact on you in this reading. So we come out with a couple of major arcana here. So we've got the shaman, and the shaman is a number 5 again. So you've got the 5s repeating here. Divine wisdom and spiritual power. So you are in a place where you have this ability to draw on your divine wisdom and your spiritual power, your connection to your source energy, and your connection down into Gaia as well. We have to be balanced with both, with the energy of our living earth, as well as with the energy of our higher consciousness. And you've got this beautiful divine wisdom and spiritual power that you're being asked to draw on. Then again, we've got a number 5, another number 5. We've got the 5 of shells, which is about hope and readjustment. So in terms of this always needing to be right, you know, you are coming into this space where you are adjusting your point of view, where you're willing to look at things differently, and you need to call on that absolute wisdom and that gut instinct, you know, that heart space knowingness, that you know what you know what you know when something happens. Really start to tap into that spiritual power that you have. And then we've got the Knight of Shells on top of that, which is charm and passion. So this often represents romance. This is love. This is a love connection. So this could have to do with your primary partnership if you're in a union with someone. And if you're not, this could be that you've got this loving union that wants to come forward. And the Knight is a masculine energy, but it doesn't have to represent masculine. It can represent any identity. But this is all about charm and passion. So, you know, this is about maybe a water sign because it's the shells, and we've got the shells with it as well with the 5. Charm and passion, this Knight of Shells. So it could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces in your life that is really, you know, turning on that charm and is really trying to open things up for you. And maybe there's been some blocks because of this previous emotional loss here. Or maybe it is that this, you know, this Knight is offering you something that if you're, you know, if things are complicated in your situation, it could be that this Knight is coming in and is offering you something different, offering you something new. And you are contemplating that because where you're at, you know, it's been a struggle for you, and you're struggling with that, perhaps, Taurus, you know, especially with this needing to always be right. This really speaks to conflict, and it's not just conflict romantically, you know, but this this Knight of Shells here speaks to romance, but this could also be in business, you know. Just beware of the charmer in your life, and if there is a someone on a professional level that, you know, wants to use their charm and their you know, their skills to persuade, just, you know, understand what your boundaries are, be clear with your goals. You don't always have to be right necessarily. If you are right, you're right. But if there is another way, if this person is, you know, coming in and showing you another way, be open to receiving it and to hearing it and to seeing it, because it could bring about, you know, some new glimmers of that wisdom that the shaman is speaking about towards whatever this represents, okay? So moving forward, we don't just have the Knight of Shells. Now we've got the Queen of Shells, which is again more water energy. And this is about peace and compassion. So balancing peace and compassion. This is a feminine energy. It doesn't have to be a feminine. It can be any identity. But if it represents a person, it's someone that has very feminine energy. And they're all about the feels, the peace, the compassion, the you know, the nurturing, the water. It's all about the emotions. And you have the third 5 in a row here. So 5 is important for you. Now, Taurus is 5th month. It can be 4th or 5th month. So this may be more for the Tauruses born in 5th month in May. It could also have to do with, you know, 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months in terms of the evolution of this cycle for you. But this is the 5 of feathers, strategy and resilience. So you definitely want this peaceful outcome here and this peace and compassion to come forward. But with this 5 of feathers, strategy and resilience, you've got to keep your wits about you, or you felt like you have to keep your wits about you with regard to your connection to someone here. You know, and your resilience is that being able to bounce back from whatever that loss is pertaining to. And then you have the 6 of feathers, which is a progression from the 5 of feathers. And this is transition and insight. So you are being given the insight. And it might be that this queen energy is the one that's bringing you that insight, because she's looking over at these two here, right? And this is, of course, looking up, because you've got insight, you've got clarity, you've got that connection to your source energy and transition. And then this is looking towards this 5 here. So it could be that this queen energy of peace and compassion, you're either supposed to embody this for yourself, or you've got this queen energy that's coming into your life that's representing a person that's going to help you with overcoming and strategizing and bouncing back from whatever this possible loss is for you, this emotional loss. And then moving forward, we have another major arcana, and then we've got some crystal energy, which would be your energy. So we've got the Hanged Man here, number 12, patience and perspective. The Hanged Man is just sort of stuck there. He's upside down, he's immobile, he's not doing anything. He's just sort of waiting out this situation, right? It's a card of surrender, new perspective, you know, enlightenment. So back to this 6 here, seeing things from a new perspective, having patience with a situation is what's being called for here. And it just keeps coming up, you know, this patience and this resilience and overcoming whatever this loss is. And it feels like maybe this loss is fairly recent. And so this is the space that you're coming to, is you're trying to find that balance again, and you're getting support. You have support around you, and you have others that are willing to step in here. And it's just a matter of allowing that to happen. Because if we look back, we've got the Knight of Shells, and then we've got the Queen of Shells. And do we have, is it the King and the King of Shells? Let's take a look. The Knight and the Queen. No. Okay, so it's the Knight and the Queen together. So it could be that the Knight and the Queen are representative of you and another, and a partnership, you know, that is that's going to come into play here. But over top of this card here, where you've got the Hanged Man, where you're sitting and you're receiving and you're, you know, being patient and watching things play out and gaining perspective, because you're coming from that shaman's point of view, where you're looking, drawing on your spiritual power, and you're looking down and gaining wisdom. You've got the Page of Crystals here, ideas and discipline. So you've got some ideas that are going to spark. You've got some, and they're material, foundational things. So they may have to do with business or money, you know, the material things in the world. Now the page it can represent a person in your life. It's usually a youthful person or someone with a youthful outlook. But this could also be you, where this is, you're getting ideas, new ideas, and you're making a commitment, and you're going to be asked to, you know, use some self-discipline with regard to whatever this venture is, whatever this pertains to, right? And on top of that, you've got the Six of Crystals, which is again your energy, Taurus, and this is synergy and gratitude. So definitely you are coming together with others, and there's been a shakedown, you know, a breakdown, shakedown of some level, of some kind, on some level for you, which has maybe caused you to sort of rear up this. Or it could be that whatever this emotional loss is connected to is that someone else in your life, you know, has exerted their energy towards having to always be right with you and not allowing you to be right, not having any give or take. And that has led to this emotional loss because you have severed that, you have let that go, and you're now recovering from that, taking new perspective, looking at things differently so that you can come into this new synergy, this new, you know, this new place of gratitude and creativity and passion that is wanting to unfold. So Taurus, we're going to pull a couple more cards here. And this is really great because you're in a great window right now to really establish boundaries and assess and take a look and transmute some stuff, you know. This is really great. And the outcome there is the light. You know, you're moving towards that light energy. You're elevating your frequency, you're elevating your tribe, your group around you, your vibration. Things are shifting and you're letting go of something that's deep. Okay, so 3 have come up. I'm just going to let them go and we'll take those. And please, you know, click like and subscribe if you could. Oh my goodness, this is wild. Click like and subscribe if you could and help me to grow and share. And personal readings are available as well. Just click and open up the description and you'll see a link to my email below. This is fantastic. Look at this. So you've got harmony. Harmony is coming. I'm so excited for you. I almost want to cry. Harmony is coming. Do you see that? Now, this is beautiful because this is harmony within the two, right? It can be romantic. It doesn't have to be romantic, but this is where you're seeing eye to eye. It's the 6 again, 6 and 6. It's that synergy that's happening. And then on top of that, rejoice in celebration, the 3s. This would be the 3 of Cups, right? This is beautiful. The 3 of Cups, rejoice in celebration. So whatever this is, whatever this situation is, whatever this pertains to, where you've had to deal with this loss and it's made you sort of sit in that space and gain perspective and really gain perspective around, you know, right and wrong, so to speak, and the power play that is involved with that, you're really coming into a space, Taurus, where you see things really very clearly, and it's leading you to this beautiful place of harmony, rejoicing in celebration. You're going to have lots of things to celebrate. And then the very last card, like I can't even believe it, is destiny. Whatever this is, however this is unfolding, this is connected to your destiny. This would be like a major arcana in a typical tarot deck. This is from the Psychic Tarot deck. So this is absolutely phenomenal. What's going to unfold and come forward for you. So whatever it is, just allow it to come, you know, look at the stuff, be like that shaman, you know, that divine wisdom and your sacred power, stand in that, like really, really take a look at it like the Hanged Man and gain perspective. New skills are coming through, you know, new energy is coming through. So being able to move through what this emotional loss is or was for you is going to open everything up for you. Everything is opening up, hinging upon the releasing of this, right? So 2 cards fell out. One is the Condor. Hold the highest vision for your life. You now possess the ability to move past any hurdles. Phenomenal. This just reinforces that, right? And then Magpie. So reevaluate your priorities. It's time to let go of what you no longer need. Right there, right? So perfectly harmonized. That's just beautiful, Taurus. I'm so excited for you. This is really coming into a space where, you know, just the world is opening right up for you. And within the next, you know, just pay attention to the 5s, especially 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months. Coming into this cycle, because you had a lot of 5s repeating here. They're also, you know, those transition cards in the tarot, so it's the transition. So keep your eyes out with the timeline, and I'm just really excited for you. Okay, so this is your 12/12 Gateway reading, Taurus, and remember to please live big and shine your light bright. Until next time.